Hello and welcome back. Today I thought I would just do a little video about my first trimester symptoms. I'm out of that now, I'm into the second trimester, but I thought I'd go through some of the things that I felt and experienced during the first 12 to 13 weeks. I obviously had heard of morning sickness. I didn't know it would be like something that lasted all day, all night, every day. I think from about probably my 6 weeks pregnant, that just hit me. And I tried all the like natural remedies, they say, don't they, like the seasickness bands around your wrists, eating ginger biscuits, eating like dry bits of toast, and I know everyone says like drinking, like I would have water with ginger in and stuff like that, and I just didn't find that anything helped, and it just got worse and worse, and I just felt like I couldn't get out of bed, couldn't eat, couldn't even feel like I could drink anything. So my sister-in-law, she'd had quite bad morning sickness as well, and she did tell me to go to the doctor in the end, and I'm so glad I did, because they gave me some medication, it's called cyclizine, to help with the nausea, and I would say that really did help. I had 2 weeks off work just feeling awful, and I think without that I probably would have needed longer off. So yeah, I still did feel a lot, like quite a bit of nausea, but not as extreme as it had been. And I know I was just feeling really rubbish, because not all of my friends had morning sickness like that lasted this long, but I spent a lot of time, I suppose, watching YouTube videos and searching up like bloggers and stuff to see if anyone else had experienced it like that, and it is quite common, but it just makes you feel a bit better knowing that other people have felt exactly the same as well, and that it will go eventually. Another thing I did get a lot were headaches and migraines. I've always kind of been a headachy, migrainey person, but it was like constant every day, and I think that probably made me feel more sick as well and tired. I just want to, especially when I was back at work, just come home and get into bed and go back to sleep, because my head was just so painful and it just seemed easier to go to sleep, and then my husband would just wake me up for dinner, and then I'd probably go back to bed again after that. But luckily that all seems to have died down now, really. I only probably get one headache or something a week now, so that's got much better, but again that seemed never ending. I've got some notes on my phone so I don't forget anything. So tiredness, a lot of people do get tired in their first trimester, and I do quite like a nap anyway, but I was going to bed so early, and I think that was a mixture of feeling tired and feeling so sick as well. Don't think I stayed up past 8 o'clock most nights, but again the tiredness has gone a bit now, but I do like my sleep anyway. So what else did I have? So I was on progesterone pessaries for my first trimester, just because my levels were a bit low, so it was just to help to sustain the pregnancy. And I think some of the side effects maybe of that could be the nausea feeling as well, so I think maybe that made it a little bit worse. I also got some nosebleeds early on, and I've never really, I've only had a few nosebleeds in my life, so that was quite strange, getting nosebleeds. And I know progesterone also, it does kind of mimic the pregnancy symptoms anyway, so it did make me feel very bloated, and sore boobs as well. So they weren't the nicest of symptoms, but obviously it was lovely to know that I was actually pregnant. And I think probably the 6th to 9th week I did feel absolutely miserable, and I was like, oh, how on earth do people do this and have more than one baby as well? Why would you put yourself through it again? But the symptoms then after, I think probably after that 9th week, it did start to ease off a bit, not completely, As I say, I'm now 20 weeks today actually, and I still do feel a bit sicky, but nothing compared to what it was the first trimester. I know everyone says the second trimester's amazing, and I would say it definitely has been a lot better than the first. But yeah, I think after kind of that sickness faded and definitely that medication helping me, I did start to get more excited and enjoy the pregnancy a bit more, and especially like worth it when you did finally get to see the scan and baby moving about. So we paid for a couple of private scans. This is our first baby, and I think we were just so excited to obviously see the baby, and couldn't wait till that first scan at 12 weeks. So we paid private. We did a scan I think when we were about 6 weeks, and on that, so it was absolutely, it's just like a little dot then, tiny. And then we did one at 9 weeks as well. We paid, oh sorry, I've just dropped my phone. We paid for one at 9 weeks as well, and it's like amazing how much of a difference just between those few weeks as well. I think it was kind of like a, I don't know, some little tadpole creature at 9 weeks, but you could see the heartbeat, so we knew everything was all right there, and I guess they probably weren't proper arms and legs, but you could see little flippers or whatever was there wiggling about. So that was, like, my husband was amazed at that. He didn't think it's I don't know how to describe it. I don't think they had proper like hands and stuff, so I think it was like a flippery thing. I'll see if I can find the pictures in a minute and show them, but yes, it didn't look like a baby, but it definitely looked a lot more like a baby than the 6 week one. So it was just crazy to see that it was moving about already, and you know, so tiny. And then our first scan, that was when we were, I think we were just under 14 weeks when we got our first scan at the hospital, and yeah, I can't believe, because it looks like an actual baby then, and kept moving its arm up to its face. So I wonder if it's going to be, I hate saying it, but we're not finding out what we're having, so I wonder if the baby is going to be a thumb sucker. But again, saw lovely heartbeat, all the organs and everything looked lovely and healthy. It was a fast heart rate, 156 I think it was, or something like that. I know the old wives' tale is if it's faster it's a girl, but I still have a feeling it's going to be a boy. My husband thinks it's going to be a girl. Yes, that was really exciting. And now obviously it's just countdown till we get to see it again, our next scan in a couple of weeks. Another really good thing about the first trimester was finally being able to, well, I suppose mine was just going into second trimester when we could share our news with family. We'd told we've told Ray early on, and her husband knew, and we'd also told my husband's sister and her partner early on, because I thought Ray would have guessed anyway. And again, I'm glad we told my sister-in-law, because I didn't have a clue what you were supposed to do. I didn't know if you were supposed to ring the doctor when you were pregnant, or like what the next thing was to do. So she's been brilliant, really helpful to me, and I don't know what I'd do without all her advice and help. And then we were going to keep it secret from everybody else, but my mum guessed, because I was feeling so sick, so she guessed, but the rest of the family we kind of kept it secret from until after our scan. So yeah, if you've seen the announcement video, you would have seen like some of the family's reaction, but that was definitely really lovely to share the news with family and seeing like how excited everyone is. For my actual side of the family, it's the first like grandchild for my dad and stuff, first great grandchild as well, so it is very exciting. So yeah, everyone is excited. I keep saying exciting, it's just an exciting time. So everyone's really happy for us, and I know Ray is already planning the baby shower. But so it's really, really nice how much like support we've got from family and friends, and like how happy the news has made everyone. Please let me know if you have any questions at all. Obviously I'm not a pregnancy expert, this is the first time I've been pregnant, but I just didn't have a clue that I would feel this ill. So if you are going through this, it will get better, and it obviously is going to be so worth it. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions, let me know if you're expecting, how many weeks you are, and I will see you again next week. Bye!